So cervical cancer is one of the top killers of African women. And a lot of doctors as well as scientists are working around the clock to ensure that cervical cancer becomes a thing of the past. And with me is a man who is very passionate about that. And he's all the way from Italy. His name is Dr. Lawrenace Banks. So thank you so much for your time and welcome to the booth.
Thank you. Good morning.
So tell me about the organization that you represent, the work that you do as well.
Okay, so we're the ICGEB. We're an international organization with 68 countries located throughout the world. 30 of those are in Africa. And our mission is to use science to promote international development and to enhance capacity in the area of biotechnology. So what that means is that we are aiming to ensure that the fruits of modern molecular biology and biotechnology, such as vaccines, therapeutics, improved crop varieties, bioenergy, can actually get to the countries that need it. And so we work to build local capacity through education and training. We directly transfer technologies, and we also provide research support to our member countries to reverse brain drain, to bring people back home to develop their own technologies and their own methodologies. And at the end of the day, my vision is that Africa will become self-sustainable and have its own production capability for all of these really wonderful technologies that can make life so much better.
Sure, and for that to happen, Africa has to have the capacity
Exactly.
to actually do that. What do you think is needed to at least just lay the foundation for it?
You need the human capacity to begin with, and that's one of our cornerstones, is training and education, so that you can build up a base of people who know how to do biopharmaceutical production, how to, say for instance, do genome editing of crops for crop improvement. And so that is one of the cornerstones. The other, of course, is directly enhancing the infrastructure in which you can produce these reagents, develop these technologies. And again, we work very closely with our countries and our partners to ensure that they can get those technologies and that infrastructure for local production.
Sure. I mean, how practical is that? Of course, many of the countries are developing, struggling with what many would say are the very basics, for example, electricity.
Yeah.
Where the country's first priority would be food, for example, as opposed to other facilities that you may be viewing as a necessity.
Okay, so I like to think that we do high tech, but we also do low tech. Let me take the pandemic as an example. One of the biggest problems that Africa had was diagnosis. You remember in those early weeks, months, diagnostics was really a problem. We worked with partners and 9 countries in Africa on a diagnostic kit that didn't need electricity. Very simple, just a color reaction in a tube, took 30 minutes, just as effective as all of the other state-of-the-art techniques. So what I'm saying is that you don't necessarily have to aim for the stars. You can make a huge impact by using low tech. The same is also true with agriculture. Very nice to be able to do these wonderful genome editing, state-of-the-art technologies. The other side of the coin, biofertilizers. Very simple, very easy to develop, and very, very cheap.
Yeah.
So we try to tailor what we do with the capabilities and the requirements of each of our countries.
Sure. And is there an appetite for that since establishing and working with the organization? Would you say that, you know, Africans are willing to work with international
We're
partners?
overwhelmed by requests. Our biggest problem is lack of resources ourselves to reach as many people as we need to.
Yes. Yes.
But we're really and it's one of the reasons
Overwhelmed.
overwhelmed. And it's one of the reasons I'm here at Africa Bio,
Yeah.
is because this is a wonderful venue for making collaborations, building partnerships across Africa. I've been coming to every edition of this meeting, even when it was in remote. I was here in Durban. And it really is a truly remarkable event for really building capacity for the whole of the African continent.
It was such a pleasure talking to you. What are you looking forward to today, which is day 2 of the convention, and tomorrow?
Today, we have a session in 10 or 15 minutes about ICGEB, where I'll be telling people what I've just told you about what we do. And then we have a special session at 1 o'clock, which is on women's health, when we'll be discussing cervical cancer and really stressing the need to raise awareness about this disease, stressing awareness about vaccines and inequality in vaccine access. This is a crisis that has to be solved for Africa. Diagnostics for cervical cancer and screening. And what I would love if you guys, through your media, can really spread the word about the importance of women to go for screening and getting their children vaccinated against HPV makes a huge difference.
Thank you. It's wonderful work that you're doing here. And we're hoping to see you next year as well.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much for your time.
Bye.